Well, that's just a sample of Beethoven's now completed 10th symphony. It was finished with the help of artificial intelligence, music scientists, as well as experienced composers. Beethoven's 10th will be released to the world today, 194 years after the composer's death. And our arts reporter, Jelena Adzik, joins us now from Toronto with more on this sonic adventure. So, Jelena, good morning. Tell us more about about how this creative project came to life.
Yeah, these stories are always so interesting, and they can divide people sometimes. The purists say, no, Beethoven didn't write the 10th, so why is AI writing it? And others are really just interesting to see what AI would come up with. Okay, so let's just set the mood here. Let's set the tone by giving us a little bit of that classic, that very, very famous 9th Symphony first. Oh, I don't know about you, but that just powers up the day, I think. And this is a look at Immortal Beloved. That's Gary Oldman in the role of Beethoven. As I remind us all that Beethoven's lifetime, we're talking about 1770 to 1802. Now, by the time he turned 30, he had composed a couple of piano concertos, 6 string quartets, and his first symphony. But of course, toward the later part of his life, he became deaf. That is exactly what the movie tends to center around, the struggle around that deafness. So it's interesting to see, does the AI take that into account? Because for people who are Beethoven aficionados, earlier on in his life, he had a lot of high notes. And then later on in the life of his composing, we saw various pieces like Moonlight Sonata, which hit the lower notes because he could not hear the higher ones. And then toward the end of his life, it was just a flourish, a pure imagination. And so we saw the scale going up and down as he was nearly completely deaf at that point. So I'll just be really interested to hear the full symphony today, the one that AI came up with some music experts together, inputting lots of data from all of the past symphonies, as well as other musicians that he was influenced by. So yeah, it's pretty fascinating to watch how this all came together.
Absolutely. And, now that we have a little bit more of the context here, it would be great to hear more of this new 10th Symphony so we can compare it to the iconic style of Beethoven and listen for those familiar flourishes.
Yeah, absolutely. You played a little bit for us off the top there, but then I've picked a segment for you right now, which I do feel mirrors much more completely those kind of flourishes that you're talking about. So have a listen right now to a snippet of the 10th Symphony from Beethoven, but really from AI, that's set to be released today. Here you go. Do you buy it? Does it feel like Beethoven? I feel like it's coming in there somehow. So this is something that's going to be live streamed today, 2 p.m. Eastern time, and 1 p.m. rather Eastern time. So you can just Google that, Beethoven's 10th Symphony.
There you go. Looking forward to hearing even more of it this afternoon. Jelena Adzik in Toronto for us this morning. Thank you so much for this.
You got it. See you soon.